going on, y'all? It's your boy VeLL, back with another Mobile Legends video, and in this video I really just wanted to talk to you all about why I personally think it's hard to improve in Mobile Legends. Now, the biggest reason that I think it's hard to improve in Mobile Legends is because of the matchmaking. So what I mean by this is I get in games and it's not really a competitive experience. So basically, when you play the game, it really comes down to hoping that your team doesn't go out there and feed 20 times in the first 5 minutes, because literally that's what's happened. So what happens is if your team goes out there and feed, or your team goes out there and makes a bunch of mistakes, you basically already lost the game before it even started, because there's no way you're going to come back against 5 fed people if the other 4 people on your team just continues to go down. So in that situation, you can't really improve, you can't learn anything from that, because you already know the basics, which is don't run out, don't feed, take the time to farm and stuff like that. If you know the basics and the core things that you have to do in a MOBA period, then you won't really learn from the situations of people making amateur mistakes. Now, the issue that I see in Mobile Legends and why I think it's so hard to improve, and because I'm the type of person that I love to get better, I love to improve, I love to learn. Like when you all give me builds and stuff in the comment sections, I use them, I try them out, I actually listen to the things that you all have to say, because I'm the type of person that just likes to learn. Like, I know I play a lot and I talk a lot of trash at times, but the fact of the matter is I'm always looking for self-betterment. I'm always looking for self-improvement, and I think that there's something that you can learn from every single person. Like, when I used to be in the Call of Duty community, like, people used to say that, why do you play public matches still? Are you super good when you're playing GBs and well, that's competitively. When you're playing at a high level, you're super good. So why do you play those type of games and still learn from them? And it's because even though in Call of Duty you basically have to run around shooting people and stuff like that, but you have campers, and the reason that campers and noobs that's in public matches are good to learn from is because those noobs will sit around in the dumbest corners and dumbest spots possible that you didn't even know existed, and the second you encounter them in that dumb spot, you learn that that spot's there, so you can use that against a competitive player who also does not know that that spot exists, which is one of the benefits of playing against amateurs, because they do things that a pro wouldn't necessarily do. When you get to a high level in any game, you actually all start to play the same. You become a lot more predictable because you understand the meta, you understand what's needed to win, and then it basically becomes a battle of who can perform without making the most mistakes. Like, basically, it comes down to who makes the least mistakes, because that's what, like, when two teams are evenly matched, when it's a real competitive environment, it really just comes down to who makes the least mistakes. When you think outside of the box and you start learning from other people in regular matches and stuff like that, you actually start bringing something into the meta that people didn't think to bring before. So that's actually the experience that I want to have in Mobile Legends. Like, I want to be learning, I want to be seeing how different people play and stuff like that. But the issue is when you play ranked play, the gameplay that's supposed to be super competitive, the gameplay that everyone's supposed to know what they're doing, everyone's supposed to be selecting the right heroes, they supposed to understand team compositions, team synergy, they supposed to understand all of this stuff. And you have high-level glorious legends and stuff who absolutely does not understand this at all. So basically, a lot of people get carried to legend and glorious legend, and then when they play solo, you get matched up with them. But the problem is with the matchmaking, you can get matched up with these players who got carried, and they can't really play on their own. They can only play one hero. So then you have 5 people who can only play one hero. I mean, arguably people say that I can only play Layla, but the reality of it is no, I can play absolutely any hero. I don't play certain heroes because it doesn't fit in the meta, don't work with the team comp, and I also don't want to trust the people that I get matched up with. But that could also be a problem. That mindset right there, that mindset that I have could be a problem too. What if everyone has that mindset? They don't want to trust anybody else with this certain role because in their experience they keep coming across bad players, and everyone just thinks like that. So we all pick the players that we feel like we can carry the game with, but it's a really dumb team comp at the end of the day, and we all end up continuously losing. So it comes down to people just not actually knowing what they're doing, and it also comes down to people choosing terrible team comps because they feel like they have to carry the game. And it's like, when does it stop? How can we fix this problem in Mobile Legends? This is what's making me feel like it's impossible to improve in Mobile Legends, because It's like a never, like, how do you get out of this circle, this mindset, this little box that we're all in? Either we're really good players and we don't want to trust our teammates, or we're really bad players and we don't really understand how to play the game, yet we're able to rank up because it's so easy. You can get caught on a wave, you can get carried by friends, or you can luck up and get a bunch of good teams, which I don't see how that's possible. I don't know if people are actually getting good teams consistently, because I've never seen anybody who's done that. I don't know how this problem is really fixed. I don't know how Mobile Legends becomes a truly competitive game without like having to have your own full team. And I know it's a team game and you probably should have your own team, but at some point you have to know that people are going to be playing solo. So it's like, I don't know, when you play a game like what's it, Overwatch, that's the game that I like to go to a lot when I use my examples, when I talk about stuff. I like to play Overwatch. When you play a game like Overwatch, you actually, everyone in those lobbies usually know what they're doing. Like, but there's also less heroes to choose from, so there's less confusion. The things with MOBAs is that there's so many characters. Like, I still see Bane being selected in freaking Glorious Legend gameplay. Like, Bane is selected, like, and people don't understand that he's not that viable. But I mean, he can be good for taking down towers and stuff. And I mean, there's a team comp where he actually works. There really is. But there's only a team comp where he works if the other team has a completely terrible team. And then, like, when I say team, I mean the team comp. If they have a bunch of people who can't actually stop him from constantly throwing his ultimate out, then Bane can literally just go the whole game throwing his ultimate out over towers and take down towers without much effort at all. And that's one of the valuable things that I think there is currently about Bane, is that he can do that. But only a bad team with a team comp, bad players, whatever you want to call it, only a certain level of bad players or bad team comps would allow that to happen anyway. But I see it happening all the time. Like, I see, well, not all the time, but every time I see Bane, that's usually how he's used. He's just used to take down towers and stuff. And I'm just wondering how it can be fixed, because I don't see any other game where people just really don't understand how to play ranked. And I think maybe it's too easy to play ranked. Like, I think that at warrior level, even at warrior level, you should understand how to play the game competitively. Like, that's my take on it. I don't think that you should be able to just come into Mobile Legends and play ranked. Like, buying a few heroes, like, first off, that's pay to play, basically. You can pay, like, basically if you buy a bunch of heroes, you're paying to be able to play ranked play. You're paying to say you're good enough to be a competitive player. Like, I don't agree with that, period. I think that you need to have a certain amount of games played with every single hero. I wouldn't be mad at something like that. You have a certain amount of games played with every hero. You're the max level in the game, like level 30. You get to level 30 and you're very experienced. You've played the game a lot. You actually probably have some sort of, you've come across different team comps, different strategies. You've learned how to play as a team. You've learned how to communicate. Like, at that point, I feel like it would be okay. But a lot of, like, me personally, like, I haven't played a lot of heroes in the game, and that's why I'm ignorant to what certain people are capable of, and I can admit that puts me at a disadvantage in certain situations. But I have played against pretty much every hero a lot, so I know how to counter heroes even if I've never played them. But there are some heroes who still catch me off guard when people play them weirdly and differently, like Kagura. Like, I didn't know Kagura could escape and come in and out of situations just super quick, just throwing her, like, she throws that umbrella around and she does a lot of freaking damage, and she can go back and forth and just, it's weird. Like, somebody played Kagura in one of my last games, and it was a crazy way that I had never seen before. So yeah, that's the disadvantage when you don't play every player. But I think that there just needs to be some higher standards or something to make Mobile Legends a better game, a more competitive game, because it's very, very difficult to improve, especially when you're put in situations where it doesn't come down to actually learning to improve. It comes down to hoping and wishing that you don't get paired with bad teammates who don't understand. So yeah, matchmaking is definitely a huge problem. But even if matchmaking wasn't a huge problem, like, the teamwork aspect, the people selecting doing what's best for the team and stuff like that, that needs to be adopted in Mobile Legends. I think that everyone wants to be the superstar, and really it's not about being a superstar. It's about realistically knowing what heroes you're best with. If you want to get better with a different hero, you play that hero outside of ranked play, then bring that hero into ranked play. Like, I think that it's all about working together as a community and the developers actually fixing the matchmaking, which needs to be fixed. But that's just my thoughts and opinions. I just really wanted to talk to you all about it and hear your opinions on it. What do you all think about that? What do you think about all that I've talked about? Do you think that it's you have the same experience? You don't really know how we can fix this and how we can actually get this game competitive and get this community competitive? Or do you disagree? Do you think it's very competitive, even if you playing solo queue, and it just really comes, you're matching up with the best teams, going against the best teams, and it's just like you all are clashing and really seeing who's better? Like, because in my experience in Mobile Legends, I'm either sweeping the other team, completely destroying them because they don't know what they're doing, or the other team is sweeping me and completely destroying me because my team don't know what we're doing. So it's really either or. It's very, very rare when it comes down to an epic battle. And those are my favorite games. Like, I wouldn't mind taking so many losses. I wouldn't mind losing. I wouldn't mind being having a poor record if I was actually losing to skill and losing because of competing and just not being good enough. Like, if I was not good enough, I would be driven to want to get better. I don't know how I match up to really, really good players. Like, so I can't be driven to say, oh, let me get better, when in my mind, I could still probably be better than a lot of the best players. So I really want to be able to see, okay, let's actually compete. Let's all know what we're doing to constantly compete, so I can know how far away I am from certain players so I can get better. But right now, I just don't think that feeling is in Mobile Legends, due to matchmaking, due to bad team comps, due to people not understanding synergy and stuff like that. So yeah, what are your thoughts, man? That's pretty much it. That's what I want to talk to you all about. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel and enjoy the discussions like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel, drop that thumbs up, and I'm gonna catch you all on the next one, y'all. Peace out.
I'ma get down, get on, that's what I've been on. Fuckin' with your mind, trying to turn shit on. But they wanna pit me as a villain, even though I'm here to open their mind through the rhyme of life. I got to open their mind and design the right time to make a decision, to get in, I'm making a decision, cause I'ma hit them and get them living. They wonder what I'm giving, I'ma never give in. I gotta let everybody know